The rocks that make up the island of Ireland tell the story of the last 1.8 billion years. But the past is also the key to the future, and scientists are now using this rich geological history to predict what will happen next. Here at Trinity College Dublin, plant growth chambers recreate climate conditions as they were millions of years ago to give us an insight into what might lie ahead.
I'm a paleobotanist, so my interest is fossil plants and the evolution of climate and evolution of our atmosphere. If you think of a fossil, every fossil has a story, and it can be very difficult for us to unlock that story because the plant may be extinct. So what we do in these plant growth chambers or these climate chambers, we simulate past environments. So we simulate the age of dinosaurs, and we grow modern plants which have relatives from millions and millions of years ago, and we try and unlock that story of the fossils. So we can understand how does a plant respond if you expose it to double or triple the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. How does it respond chemically? How does it respond in shape, in size, and structure? And once we understand that, under experimental conditions, we can look back at our fossil and we can read the story and then begin to say, well, what was the atmosphere like 200 million years ago or 300 million years ago?
Okay, so you're trying to understand the conditions hundreds of millions of years ago, but how do you find out what the conditions were like back then to then put that in the chamber?
Yeah, but one of the methods we use is it's on the leaf surface, and there's a relationship between the number of breathing pores on the leaf surface, these are called stomata, and the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And it's essentially, as carbon dioxide levels go up, the number of stomata decreases.
The plants in these chambers are exposed to different amounts of carbon dioxide. The number of breathing pores, or stomata, on the leaves are then counted. By comparing that figure to that of the fossilized plants, we can work out how much carbon dioxide was in the atmosphere when those plants were alive. Research like this provides crucial information about how our atmosphere has changed over time and the clear links between high carbon dioxide levels and high global temperatures.
We can look at these episodes in Earth history called mass extinction events. These events were caused by volcanoes. So we can study the past and look at how major volcanic episodes going on for millions of years, how they made climates warmer and they raised carbon dioxide concentrations. And the rate of change of the atmosphere caused by natural events like volcanoes in the past is 10 times slower than we see today.
Wow. So ultimately, what is the research going on in this state-of-the-art laboratory helping us to understand about the future of our island and what it might look like if we don't mitigate our climate change crisis and the increased temperatures and the increased carbon dioxide in our atmosphere?
Well, it allows us to understand how did plants respond, which were the winners, which are the losers, and we try and take that information and then project forward to our future higher carbon dioxide world. Humans are a geological force of greater magnitude than any geological force we've experienced in Earth history. We are the volcano, we are the tsunami, that's the scale of human intervention. Our impact on the climate system and the atmosphere in 100 years is greater than any past volcanic episode in terms of rate. What does biology care about? Biology cares about rate of change. So if things are happening too fast for organisms to adapt, to migrate, to keep pace, well then we'll see more and more extinction triggered by climate change.
From scorching hot deserts to all-encompassing ice flows, climate change has been one of the recurring themes of our planet's geological journey. But we now stand at a key climatic juncture of our own making, and of far greater gravity. The industrial age, just a few hundred years in the making, has pushed carbon dioxide levels to the highest on record. We're rapidly reaching the tipping point at which the last remaining ice sheets will melt and disappear.